And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. We are back today in South America. We're currently in Cuenca, I don't know how to pronounce that, Peru. And we're going to be making our way over to, Cuenca, Ecuador. And we're going to be making our way over to Andoas, Peru. So we're going to be carrying some passengers today as well as cargo, and as you can see, we are flying a new aircraft. And of course, we all know what this is by now because I'm a little late to the party. This is a Simworks Pilatus PC-12, and you know how much I enjoyed the Kodiak. Let's just hop inside real quick. It's a little noisy out here. You know how much I enjoyed the Kodiak. Flew that all over Canada. And now I'm continuing to fly this here in South America. So we're just going to be continuing the South America ops tour. We're trying to make our way down south and then kind of work our way back up the east coast. We were flying the ATR before. Now we're going to be doing this in the PC-12. I'm still trying to get the hang of this aircraft, you guys. So please, please, please bear with me, okay? Because I am struggling right now, especially on landings. All right, we're continuing now our before engine start checklist, and there's one or two other things I need to do. We already have our flight plan in, and we're going to discuss our approach. It looks a little weird if you look at it right now, but we'll discuss our approach once we're kind of on the way. As well, let me just check my SimBrief flight plan just to see our altitude that we're supposed to be flying today, because I don't remember seeing that. It looked on SimBrief. Just trying to import my flight plan, but I am not seeing it. Also got to start tracking, so let me do that. You're going to probably see things change outside. There you go. Of course, as always, I do all of my flights here in using on-air, just because that makes things easier for me to plan. So just on the other side here, just trying to look at my flight plan. So it looks like we're going to be going up to 21,000 feet today. So I'm going to just plug that in. And honestly, I should have done this before we started, but I did not. So forgive me. All right. 21,000 locked and loaded. We're just going to check the weather real quick as well. And we're going to hop over to windy.com. I just want to double check here, although now Navigraph also shows weather data, which is amazing. Let's see. So right now in Peru, it looks like there is a little bit of weather in the area. So mainly looking at this sky right here, but winds seem to be pretty calm. I'm a little worried about the cloud cover. It's looking pretty thick, but it doesn't seem to be too bad in this area. So we're just going to keep an eye on that as usual. It seems, I'm not sure why. I don't know if because this is where the rainforest is or what, but we always seem to have bad weather kind of in this area in South America. So just need to keep an eye on that. But outside of that, we should be all right. So we're leaving from here in Cuenca in Ecuador, and we're just heading over to Andoas. Flight time today, we are looking at 42 minutes, so a nice short flight. And the pay is fairly decent, so I'm really trying to get back into the hang of things. All right, so I'm going to continue the checklist over here. So we're ready to get the engine started. We're going to go beacon on, and let's do this. So starter goes on, and we're going to be checking our oil pressure. NG has reached 13%, so we'll go up to ground idle.
Will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Thank you, sir. All right. That was my fault. I have my throttle pushed all the way up. Don't know why. But everything is looking good for engine start. Alright, so after engine start checklist, engine instruments check. Generator control switches. It's these guys up here. Let's get our generators on. Gen 1 and Gen 2 external power is off. We didn't have it on. Standby bus goes off. Cooling and heating, we are all good. ECS switch. I forget where that is.
Warning, avionic bus.
ECS switch goes to auto. And I forgot to turn the avionics on, which is very dumb of me. And that is one of these guys up here. Let's get these guys on. All right. Okay. So avionics are on. I actually also did purchase the new, the premium GTN 750 because I don't like this guy. I don't like it. I never have. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to deal with it for now. Enter okay. Gonna have to go and do this all over again. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for this to complete. All right, does it have a flight plan in there still? All right, awesome. Message, set course to 092. So just setting this real quick. Boom. We've already set our altimeter as well. 092 is set. All right. We set our flaps to 15. And our engine start checklist, or after engine start checklist, is complete. So before taxi checklist, now this is the interesting one, and I am going to see if I could do this. So push a test. I would try and look this up online because I honestly have not been able to get this to work correctly. But from what I see, they say apply a little bit of power. And I honestly don't know how people figure this stuff out. Hit the pusher button. And reduce that. Bring this guy on and push in. Go hit this, and the light goes off. So I'm hoping that's what it is. and then it comes back on again. So that's what I'm never sure about. So I'll do it again. I'll try it for the co-pilot side. So I'm going to increase this guy again. We're going to go up top. And this is where it always gets wonky for me. So let's see one more time. That there. Go up top. Now do this. Push her. Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe I have to keep the button up on this side. Let me do that one more time. All right, so I think I had it right all this time, but I just had like both of the buttons pushed on. I think I was supposed to make sure both buttons were up. I'm still kind of confused, but whatever, got it working. All right, so pusher test is complete. Avionics, they are set. And let's see. Autopilot trims. This is another one I don't get. Yeah, I don't get this one either. But I think I gotta hit this test button up here, maybe. No, let's just test the screen. Yeah.
Warning, autopilot trim.
Yeah, that's something else I have to figure out. But for now, not gonna worry about that too much because I think it's already good to go. Okay. Okay, so we're going to continue. Let us actually get our flight director on. And we'll go heading mode. Just make sure that is good. Switch on nav when we get in the air. Switch on IS mode when we get in the air as well. So anybody, if you could tell me what the autopilot trim message means or how I could stop that from happening, that'll be good because I'm not 100% sure what to do right now. We're also going to set our cabin pressure to, we'll do 23,000, I think. Somebody said your actual altitude plus 2,000 feet. So I'll do it about there. Yeah. And I'm gonna do our fuel reset one more time. Ensure that is good. And the only thing we have left is the AOA de-ice, which is our probes. So that is on. All right. Okay, folks. So I think we're about as ready as we're gonna get, aside from that trim message there. And I'm trying to like adjust my trim to see if that actually gets rid of that warning. And now I have the plane like full nose down, and that's not doing it. So just gonna bring it back up to the correct spot. Yeah. Alrighty. So our before takeoff checklist is complete. So we're going to be departing runway 24 here. Runway 24 is going to be off to our left. So we're going to be heading right to get to the top of the runway. And outside of that, let's get our taxi checklist. Flight controls are free and clear. Flight instruments are set. And we're going to go and hit the toggle button, which I believe is here. I'm not sure if that is doing anything right now. I'm not too sure why. But I've hit it. I think that might be a bug as well. We're going to set our runway heading, which right now, if we look in Navigraph, we're departing runway 24 here. Runway 24 is 235. So we're going to set our heading 235, and then it'll probably be better to go around this way. As you can see with this airplane, it takes like a little more to get set up than usual because the systems are a little more advanced than what you're gonna find in some of your other turboprop aircraft. Yeah, still good though. Alrighty, so yeah, we're good to go. Autopilot, go ahead and arm that guy. Heading bug is already set. Trims should be set for takeoff. And outside of that, folks, we're ready to go. So, parking brake is off. And we're going to try and turn around here without crashing into anything, which is going to be tough. I haven't used the pushback in a really long time. I don't even know if there's anything out there besides from doing like Control P, which will actually get like a proper pushback done. So yeah. I was about to go on here. See, runway is clear on right and left. I'm just going to do a slow taxi to the end of the runway. It's going to take us a little longer to get up to speed because this airport is at a very high altitude. That's about 8,200 feet, I believe. So the air is a lot thin up here, and it's going to be a lot harder for us to get up to speed. But it's a nice long runway, and we only got to reach 80 knots in order to get where we need to go. So that shouldn't be an issue. All right, so here we are at the end of the runway. landing in here was absolutely amazing. This is a beautiful approach. You kind of ended up coming in over the city, and then kind of come in over the city and land here on the runway, which is pretty much like in the middle of the city, which is kind of on top of a mountain. And a very interesting approach to come through. I wanted to record it, but the video actually messed up, so I could not get this one out. Alright, so takeoff checklist. Flaps are set at 50 and lights required. Anti-ice as required. Fuel condition lever can go to high idle. And no warnings, so I think we are ready to go, folks. Also gonna get all of our lights on. Landing lights, strobe, recognition lights on. Alright. Also go ahead and start our timer as well. There we go. Alright, timer started. Something else I always forget to do. Alright folks, and away we go. Just setting our takeoff power. About right there is fine. Alright, we're looking for 80 knots. What I always recommend with this is do not wait until you get to like 100 knots. You're going to start sliding, so we're going to go and rotate now.
Airborne time off.
Gear up. Just puts a little bit of back trim on there. And gear did not come up just now. There we go. And we're going to actually have to turn around. Which is going to give us a pretty good view. We're just gonna come up and over the these mountains here. Let's go flaps up as well. And we're gonna try and climb as we fly. We kind of have to circle back to where we came from. But I'm also just making sure that we're also kind of climbing and maintaining our our rate of climb as we make the turn. We're going to go autopilot on as well. Forgot to do that. And I want to set the correct nav source. There we go. Let's go back to heading mode though, because I think we're pointing a little off. And let's get that right back to where we need to go. You can do an IS climb as well. Got to do that. I'm basically just going to turn back and try and intercept our flight plan. So if we just take a look from where we came from, airplane is inside the airport is off to our left, out there, just over our wing. And we're just gonna say goodbye to Cuenca. Right there. Very, very beautiful approach. All right. And let's turn about to about here. So right now we're going to try and turn and intercept the flight path again. Because I overshot it, didn't realize how zoomed in I was. We should be starting our roll left now. Here we go. All right. Our climb rate is actually really low, so we're probably going to need to correct that. So I think we have our IAS set a little too high. So let's bring it up to keep adjusting that. Should be 21,000. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. Let's do 1,200 feet per minute, not 2,300. Okay, now we're all set for 21,000 feet, which is what we're heading for, or we're aiming for. Okay, so let's just discuss what's going on right now. So we are heading over to Andoas, Peru. So Andoas, Peru has a relatively small population with approximately several thousand residents, primarily belonging to indigenous communities such as the Quechua people. The climate in Andoas is tropical, characterized by high temperatures and humidity throughout the year. The region experiences a wet season from November to April with frequent rainfall and occasional flooding. And while the dry season occurs from May to October, offering more favorable conditions for travel and exploration. Best time to visit Andoas depends on personal preference and interests. However, many travelers prefer the dry season for more comfortable trekking and wildlife spotting experiences. So During this time, the rivers are typically calmer, facilitating boat tours and river excursions deep into the Amazon rainforest. However, the wet season can also be appealing for those interested in witnessing the lush greenery and the vibrant ecosystem of the rainforest in full bloom, albeit with the possibility of encountering heavier rainfall and logistical challenges. So ultimately, the best time to visit Andoas depends on individual preferences, right? Whether it's exploring the pristine wilderness of the Amazon or immersing oneself in the rich cultural heritage of the indigenous communities. All right, so that's just a little blurb on Andoas. That's something that I like to do. I apply to different places. But we actually should be hitting our top of climb fairly soon, or at least starting our descent fairly soon. So I'm going to go and get all that started because this is a really short flight. It's only 40 minutes. So I'm just going to make sure I have everything set up for our approach. When I come back, we'll be talking about our approach, and we'll be coming in for an interesting approach into Andoas, Peru. All right, so I'll be back, guys. Take care. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent into Andoas. We're just going to do a quick look at our approach for today. And we're actually going to be doing the VOR Runway 12 approach, which normally has you coming down into this towards the OAS waypoint, which is the not waypoint, the OAS VOR, which is the VOR right there at the airport, and then you kind of turn back and do a loop and come in on the Igaku waypoint for the final approach. But what we're doing right now is we've actually set our FMS or the GPS to basically take us straight to Igaku, since we are coming from the west, and that's going to basically have us turning onto heading 1, 2, 3 and just coming straight in for the approach. So if we just take a look at what the airport looks like, I don't know, not much in the way. Don't see anything here in the way of terminals and all that sort of thing. So this is a very small airport. We'll see what we see when we get there. But that is going to be our approach for today. I've already set the decision height. So we're going to descend to 4,000 feet. So if I bring Navigraph back up, 4,000 feet is, for this VOR runway 12 approach, sorry, actually we have to go down to 2,400. Okay, so I need to adjust this guy here. So at 4,000 feet was the initial approach. So I'm just gonna check my VNAV profile, and I'm just gonna adjust this now to say that should be 0. So we're gonna come in too high now. 2,400, and enter that. Now we really have to change our I find this kind of hard to engage. So let's go to about 1,800 feet per minute, a little more. Let's do like a steeper descent. Not 2,900. Let's just arm this, take this off for now. I think that's what the issue is. 2400 is what we're looking for. Yeah, let's do that. And just gonna dial back the power, getting a little fast. Okay, enter. All right, and I forgot to get this guy out the way because I'm so focused on flying. There we go. And we're gonna rocket down to 2400 feet. And the airport should be out in front of us somewhere here. Probably maybe like out here. I don't see it yet. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on things. But Igako now is 6 nautical miles away. And I'm just going to slow down all the way. Once we hit 2400 feet. Yeah, airport is right in front of us there. Forgot to hit engage. So we're leveling off now. All right, so we are at 2400 feet, and I'm just gonna slow down a lot now. And let's just get in a better position. There we go. There we go. So weather's pretty clear. Should be good to go. And we should be making that turn soon for the airport. And I'm just gonna hand fly it in from there. All right. So just complaining because our speed is getting a little low now. And we're now turning towards the airport, which I believe is right there ahead of us. I'm just going to get our gear down, just in preparation. We should be making the turn soon. There we go. And that is the airport right in front of us, folks. So we are geared down. Going to go flaps 30. Okay, just lined up now, and I'm going to take the autopilot off, and I'm going to fly this in by hand, folks. We have landing lights on, flaps 30. Everything looks good. Just want to make sure my rudder trim is set correctly. So I'm going to put that in the green. We're very high right now. Yaw damper off as well. I'm going to try and shut that guy off. There we go. Now landing is always the weird thing, as I said, for me. Just something about this aircraft just feels weird upon landing. And I don't know what it is, and I find it very hard to control. Alright, so we're pretty high, but it's a nice long runway here. So it always almost feels like you're slipping into the runway. Rudder trim is way off. Yeah. There we go. Very high. Gonna do what I can though.
Landing time log.
Warning, prop pitch.
Alright, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Andoas, Peru. That has surprisingly actually been the best landing that I've done in this plane. It's very hard to control on landing. I don't know why. We had our trim set, so our rudder trim set, so it wasn't too bad. But here we are, just gonna taxi down to the end of the runway. Hope that you enjoyed this flight. And one day I'm gonna figure out how to land this thing smoothly, but like that's about the best that I've gotten so far. All right.
Warning, trim.
I've never seen the marshals do that before. All right. Parking brake set. And we're gonna go ground idle. Flaps up. I think I still have all of my lights on too. Beacon can come off. Let's get our external power on, and then we'll shut the engine off from there. Whoops, not what I meant to do.
Engine off time
Warning,
logged.
essential
The
bus.
flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
All right. So Jan's gonna come off. We should still be good. All right, folks, and that is it. Hope that you enjoyed this flight. This is actually much more uneventful than how things normally are on this plane. So that's it, folks. There'll be more of the South America ops to come. And let's not forget, folks, my channel was started on traveling in the Caribbean. There was just a Caribbean, a world update for the Caribbean. So I think we're also going to be taking the TBM there as well, just exploring, or maybe we'll find another aircraft and we'll take that one around, because I think there's been a few aircraft that have come out recently. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this channel if you see fit, and I will catch you on the next one. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy, stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.